Hey, Erin.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, Jenny. Okay, I'm in the kitchen, so I'm going to try and go to my office and get on.
Hello.
Are y'all there? Okay, hang on. Y'all can chat. I'll be checking in a second.
Okay. Oops, hold on. Can everybody hear me? Oh, shoot. There we go. Anybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, perfect. Hold on. Let me switch. Okay. Hi, Erin.
Hi, how are you?
you?
I'm good.
Good. I'm so glad you're with us tonight.
Thanks for having me. If there's
Oh,
anything
sure.
that
I
I could
cannot
talk
wait.
about, it's all products.
Yay! Okay, and that's something we probably don't talk enough about. So it's a good thing that you are available to be on with us.
Yeah. Happy to help.
Good, thank you. How's everybody doing? Let's see, Lisa, I see Lisa and Nikki. Nikki, where are you driving to?
We're driving home.
You driving home from work or?
No, Jace has dance class on Tuesday night.
I knew that.
So this is our little ritual.
I was about to say cheer, but that's somebody else has cheer. Is it Nicole? I think Nicole has cheer.
Yeah, I think Nicole has cheer.
Busy, busy.
Yeah.
I love it. Hi, Mary.
Why
Oh,
do they do
can
that?
you see me? Hi, Mary.
Oh.
Oh, she can't hear me. I love it.
Don't need the shirt. The X is fine. Why put the X if you can't even hear it?
Ooh.
It'd be Fox. And Fox. Fox.
That's hilarious. Oh. Carrie Jo left. Oh, she's back. Am I delayed? I feel like I'm a little delayed.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay.
Hi, Terry.
Hi.
Okay. So switching it up. We'll wait a few more minutes.
Oh, he's there when he's open.
I think you told me about it.
Carrie Jo, you and I had the same idea with our hats.
My hair was bad. Like, it just did not go well today. Like my bangs. So,
Oh.
But I'm trying. My computer in my office is being uber slow.
Okay.
I can pull the laptop in here.
Got it. Okay. I got it.
So, let me
Kiddos
multitask.
asleep?
What?
Erin, are your kiddos asleep?
No, we got one
No,
kid on the couch, and then the other one's out with Daddy. They ran to Costco.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully the dog.
Yeah,
won't
my
eat
kids
it.
are every which direction. Aiden's upstairs, Kyla's at volleyball, so we're all over the place. I love it.
Okay. Finally got in.
Okay, I'm gonna ask when y'all are jumping on, if y'all could mute yourselves, that would be super, super great, and it would save Terry Jo a lot of time to go mute everybody. And of course, if you have anything, you can always unmute yourself and ask a question or message a question, of course, as always. Thank you, guys.
I don't know how.
If
I
you're
don't know how to mute myself. I'm supposed to, but I don't know how.
Oh.
I'm not talking.
Okay, Okay, if you mute yourself, if you're on your phone on the bottom, if you touch the screen on the bottom left-hand side, there's a little microphone button, and you can mute yourself there.
Never show Robin a YouTube clip of an animal playing a musical instrument.
An animal
I
playing a
don't
musical
see a
instrument.
microphone button.
That's awesome.
That's hilarious. I love
Sorry,
it.
I'm like trying to work 3 computers, y'all.
Can you hear this?
Oh.
Or should I?
Okay, and I'm also gonna do. We're gonna be new today, and I'm gonna be live on our team page too. So in case anybody's not on, then maybe they'll catch some of it on the team page. So
Yay.
yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and start that. Okay, while we're waiting, we'll give everybody about 2 more minutes and then we'll get started. So, does anybody have anything good that they want to share before we introduce our wonderful guest tonight? This is always how we start our Zooms, Erin. We always talk about good stuff that happened during the week. Does anybody want to share anything?
You'll have to unmute yourself.
I was going to say, I just had y'all mute yourselves and then I'm asking you to unmute. And I'm not seeing a bunch of pictures. We must have a bunch of people calling in because I don't see a bunch of faces.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
Anybody want to talk about doing Cheyenne's 7-day challenge this week? Because it is amazing. Those cold message ideas are fabulous. So if y'all haven't gotten on that yet, y'all need to check that out because her ideas are top. They're amazing.
So good. So good. I love them.
Give you a great new idea on how to reach out, a great new idea on how to follow up. And we knew that's the hardest part about this. So,
yes.
Jump into that and do that with us. Jenny and I are doing it. We're holding each other accountable. So if you're not doing that, you should be because it's amazing.
Yeah, it's really, really good. I love the hashtag trick today.
Oh, I did too. I used it for hashtag mom life.
Yeah, I did Fit Mom.
There you go.
Yeah, so I agree. It's a great one. Okay, nobody wants to say anything. Nobody has anything to share. Nobody. Okay.
Where am I at?
Nobody. Okay, then let's go ahead and get started because we're taking up Erin's evening time.
Yes.
So we are so lucky to have Erin on our call tonight. I don't even know how you got into Plexus, so I'm going to let you introduce yourself that way and your story. But she is going to be talking because she is Uber product knowledge gal. And so she is going to be talking about the Nerve and the Ease. And then any questions y'all have about other products, I'm sure she would be able to answer or we can figure out the answer for you. So, Erin, go right ahead.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for having me on. I love talking about these products. I actually got involved with Plexus back in May of 2014. I was that mom. I was exhausted. That was my only word. I used it a million times a day. I was the exhausted mom who really, I got by on caffeine and a prayer, y'all. Like, it was bad. I was rock bottom. I had gained a ton of weight. I was just really feeling my very worst. And so, health subjects aside, I actually was just more concerned about my weight, quite honestly. And so I saw my friend talking about Plexus, and I would scroll by once in a while, and just every so often Slim would catch my eye. And I was a serial yo-yo dieter for many years, probably since college. I would gain and lose that same 15, 20 pounds every, year and a half or so, right? Does anybody else relate? So I have done all those diets. I've done the baby food thing and, even that like Sensa sprinkle things. And then I've done Weight Watchers 3 times. So yeah, it worked. I lost some weight, but guess what? It came right back because it didn't address those root issues. It didn't address the underlying emotional connection to the food, why I was doing what I was doing, why I was falling back in that hole. And so finding Plexus, yes, I was still kind of foggy blinded to that. I really wanted to lose weight again. I really thought it was another fad diet, and I was ready to go back at it. I really was. And so Slim caught my eye because of the name. And as we know, Slim is not necessarily for weight loss. And so that really is kind of where my passion was ignited. I started feeling so much better. I was really on the verge of major issues that could have went south, even further south. I would sit in my room very isolated. I'm going to try and be as compliant as possible on here. Let me say that.
Right.
So I had a lot of anxiousness in moments through the day. I would really detach from my kids. I was in a bad mood all the time. I was just, you know, I'm sure you guys can relate. It was very dark. How about that? Dark. Does that really get dark?
Mhm.
And so I couldn't find my way out of it until I added Slim. So I first actually started May of 2014. I started with Slim and Accelerator. And obviously there was something in that little combo because within a week I was actually caught skipping through the house. My husband walked into the bedroom and looked at me like he saw a ghost. And he's like, "Were you just skipping?" I was like, "Yeah, I think I was. I feel good." And he's like, "I don't know what's in this stuff, but you're staying on it forever." And that's basically how this was all born. I couldn't shut up about how good I felt. That was point blank. I didn't see the need to. And so pretty much anybody who would listen to my story, I blabbed it everywhere. So within another month, I actually didn't sign up as an ambassador. I was a horrible customer, quite honestly. I would bug my sponsor and I was like, "I'm not losing any weight." And she's like, "Yeah, but how do you feel?" I'm like, "I feel great, but I'm not losing any weight." And that's why I started. She goes, "Give it another month. I want you to measure yourself." And, you know, "Did you do that?" And I was like, "No, I didn't do that, whatever." And so I finally did. After month one, I measured myself and I kind of paid attention to how I was feeling. And this awareness really opened up. And so after that second month, I re-measured myself and I had lost 14 inches and 8 pounds. So 8 pounds to me didn't feel like a lot, especially when it was only 4 pounds. I was losing about a pound a week, which is very healthy. So just for, you know, to know long-term, you really want to go more for that pound a week thing, not for 5 or 7 or 8. So that's too much. That's too much of a promise. So that's another reason that really Plexus has stuck with me. I really like the underlying root level care and then it's a long-term lifestyle. It fits in the gaps. So I basically just kept going on. I added Probio Bio Cleanse my second month. I added X Factor my third month, and that was my game changer. I started then as an ambassador because I was like, I'm buying a lot of products. I want to get them at wholesale. Let's get them at the cheapest. And as I was telling people, they were like, "Well, how do I get it?" And I kept sending them to my friend. I was like, "Well, go to her website. I don't know. This is where you get it." And she's like, "No, really, you need to sign up." And I was like, "No, really, I don't. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm just fine. I don't need these. You know, I don't need your money, basically. You know, we're doing fine, thanks." And I don't know, she convinced me to sign up. She said, "Just send people to your website. Don't worry about it. Let them try what you're trying." And I did. And boom, I'm now a senior gold. And I'm thriving in life. My health has never been better. I feel amazing. All the previous health concerns have all diminished. I am no longer on any prescriptions. My cholesterol has improved significantly where I literally am not on any prescriptions, and I have inherited high cholesterol. So that's a big deal, y'all. I've lost over 30 pounds and 33 inches and maintained it for over 2 years. This is now almost 3 years. So this stuff works. What happened within my second year, though, is so once I passed that first year, I really was awakened to this passion of helping others. I loved the connection to the products. I have a lot of green in me. If y'all know the 4-color personalities, I have a lot of green. I'm very red, but I have a lot of green because I love to dig into that research. I want to know why. I want to know how. Like, give it to me. You know, I know nothing's perfect, but I want to know as much as I can. And so I started digging, and I bumped into a friend, Kim Pollock, who is also a holistic health coach. And she basically inspired me. She said, "Y'all have something in your story. You have something in you that makes me feel like you really would do amazing going on and really pursuing this more. You love that research thing." And so I looked into becoming a health coach. So I went through a year-long program to become a certified integrative nutrition health coach, which means we are tackling not just the food on your plate, but also your mindset, your emotional connections, basically everything. Everything surrounds this wheelhouse. And so as a health coach, I now get to help people really tackle those problems, crossing that bridge, right, from A to Z. What does that look like? And Plexus is what I call my product partner. When people need help crossing there, they need tools. So look at these products as tools. That is what I call them, because that's what they are. They are making pieces of your puzzle fit together. Everything in your life needs to fit together, and it will not be perfect. But when you have enough pieces of the puzzle, it's going to be pretty darn good. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to love this stuff. So I'm going to move on to our products of the night, these highlighted products. And I really actually love talking about them because I feel like they're the most undervalued and under-discussed products that we have. People don't try them unless they're in pain. So raise your hand if you actually have tried Ease, Nerve, or the cream. Anybody?
I
Cool
just
stuff, right?
got Ease and Nerve today. Like,
Yeah.
yes, just got the capsules, so I'm excited to start them.
Absolutely. I mean, I was on the same boat. I had not tried them until 2 years into my journey. And I only tried them because I actually ended up having surgery. I had hernias from when I was having babies. You know, my muscles kind of exploded and it was a big old mess down there. So I got everything fixed. And so, yeah, giggle about it because it was a big deal. So now I'm all good, you know, I'm all sewn up and it's all tight in there and it's great. But I had surgery. And what happens when you go to have surgery? They take you off your supplements, right? They have you adjust those. They also put you on antibiotics. Antibiotics kill off the good stuff in your gut, as well as the bad, but also the good. And I worked for a very, very long time to work on that gut health. I realized in my journey that gut health was so crucial to me being healed, you know, to mending a lot of the ailments that I was dealing with. I really go over hell and high water to avoid stuff to hurt my gut. So going through surgery was a big deal to go on these antibiotics because you are forced down them. Okay. Also, you're creating inflammation, right? When you go to have surgery or something to that effect, because your body needs to heal. And the way your body heals is it actually creates inflammation to help your body heal. It's basically encapsulating what it needs to fix and working on it. It's a cool little machine like that. So big old disclaimer here, y'all. I am a health coach. I am not a doctor. I am not here to discuss how to fix you completely and all that good stuff. I'm just going to give you the facts on what I've researched on these products, what I love about them, why I recommend them, why I take them myself. Okay, so don't hold it to me. If you hear something that slips out of my mouth, I'm human too, and it's also late at night. So. Okay, so did you know that there's 100 million Americans that live with chronic or reoccurring pain every day? 100 million. Is that number not insane? They live in pain. I guarantee you, you know somebody living with pain, whether it's reoccurring or chronic or whatever. And we call chronic pain things that are like beyond a sprained ankle. I'm not talking about when you go to the gym and, you know, pull a butt muscle. I'm talking about when you actually have some neck issues. Maybe you have nerve damage. Maybe you have osteoarthritis or something to that degree. You have major pain that you are living with. Okay. And that is a big deal. So that's about 1 of every 3 people. So you go out with your friends to lunch, chances are you're sitting with somebody living in pain. Okay. And of those 100 million, they think that 52 million live with a back pain issue. Just that alone. Okay. That can come on from excess weight. That can be an autoimmune condition, nerve damage, all sorts of stuff. But the point is that people are not dealing necessarily with the roots of the pain. Pain is rooted, okay? We need to lower inflammation in the body to help control it or dismiss it. And that is the big thing that we're gonna deal with this package of pain products. It is a system that works together. So it's not that you take one versus the other. And you absolutely can, but they work best together. This is a scenario where 1 + 1 does not equal 2. This is like 1 + 1 = 3.5. Okay, that's the power that Ease and Nerve together really create. It's called synergistic, works together, inside, outside, all that good stuff. And just so you know, all pain is caused from inflammation, period, end of story. So we have to lower inflammation through our food, right? So nutrition, through a little physical fitness, and through the supplements that we're taking. We've got to fill all those pieces, just like I talked about earlier with fill in the gaps. Okay, so first one we're going to talk about is our Ease capsules. Pretty neat, right? I think my only con about them is that they're stinky, y'all. They're stinky because they're made from a particular muscle, okay? And my little trick for you, if you cannot bear the thought of swallowing these things, put them out for a few minutes. They do not taste that bad going down. You can handle it, especially for the benefits, okay? Other than that, though, we are a world of pros with these capsules. It is an amazing anti-inflammatory and a great replacement for over-the-counter NSAIDs. An NSAID is a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug. So basically your ibuprofen, maybe your aspirin, Advil kind of stuff. We know that there are people popping pills every day. My stepdad still does, you know, of anybody. If anybody could convince him, you'd think it'd be me, but it's not. Right? And so there's actually part of my crusade. Part of my crusade is that I want somebody taking this, not ibuprofen. Even though ibuprofen is cheap, it can do a world of damage. NSAIDs, over-the-counter drugs that are going to help with that, they're masking pain. They're not actual anti-inflammatories. They are numbing those nerves and the symptoms and stuff, which does not help you heal. We have to pull the roots. So if you picture a nice old green lawn, okay? I do this a lot for the gut health too, but it's the same thing. If you're gonna mow down the dandelions, how good is your lawn gonna look in a week or 2 weeks? It's not real good. But if you get out there with your shovel and you start digging out those roots of those dandelions, those big old ones, like I've been pulling some this week, the size of my preschooler, they're huge. But if you get out there and pull the roots, the chances are that they stay away. And that's really what we're after with these products. So the capsules are an actual anti-inflammatory. They are not masking the pain. It is root level care. The big thing here, the big exciting thing is the New Zealand green-lipped mussel. That's that thing I talked about, the little stinky. It's kind of like a fish. It's a shellfish. So that's our first thing, caveat. Anybody that you know that can take this, just make sure that it's cleared with their doctor or with an allergist or whatever they do to make sure they don't have a sensitivity or an allergy to shellfish, okay? Because there are shellfish contained in the Eterol, the ETA-ROL. That's what that ingredient is. That New Zealand green-lipped mussel is an amazing source of omegas. Omegas, you hear that as a buzzword now. We even have one, right? We have Mega X as a plant-based omega. This is a fish-based omega, but it is a little bit more renewable than you are getting, you know, if you were to go get like anchovies and sardines and stuff that they're using in fish oils in particular. So this is a little bit different there. I love that it's renewable though. I like that that's easily accessed. So we're not killing the environment. That's a big deal to me. But also getting these omegas, what we know is that they, this particular one, the New Zealand green-lipped mussel, actually can provide you with enough daily value. So if you're taking one capsule 2 times a day, that's the maintenance dose for Ease capsules. That's the maintenance dose, not the loading dose, not chronic pain, but maintenance dose. That will give you enough of your omega dosage of 3, 6, and 9 for the entire day, okay? That's a big deal because it's helping lower inflammation. Lower inflammation in the body, less imbalance, and less disease, okay? Disease is also dis-ease. So think of it in that way. It's an imbalance in the body that your body is sending out signals. That's what symptoms are. There's sacred little signals that you really should pay attention to. That's what pain is. So also some other things in here that I really love is turmeric. Turmeric is a Indian spice particular. It is over 10,000 years old. Okay, so they know a lot about it. It's an amazing anti-inflammatory as well as an antioxidant. Antioxidants help with the aging of our cells. So after a certain point in life, you are not making brand new cells anymore. Your body is only repairing them, and it's right around 40. Okay, so we want to have as healthy and young a cells as we want. Because guess what? If your young cells look cool on the inside, guess what happens on the outside? You guessed it. You're going to look a little younger too. Your skin is replenished. The elasticity comes back. There's a lot of things that really are cued from your insides, okay? So again, back to that root, we really want to tackle that. Okay, the really cool thing, I actually listened to a call that Dr. Harris, so if you guys don't know, Dr. Dennis Harris was the one who created all these products. He is one of the leading pain specialists in the world, okay? So these are not an accident. This was after his discovery of what things were doing what was out there and what wasn't. And so he really wanted to help with more. So one of the things he talked about in the green lipped mussel is something called liprinol. And it's this liprinol that really is the big thing that's responsible for helping with that anti-inflammatory property. The cool story he told was something about the Maoris. This is where they discovered these New Zealand green-lipped mussels. They is like a tribe, I guess, and they were living on the coast. They ate these New Zealand green-lipped mussels. Nobody had arthritis. Cool? Awesome. Then the English move in and they take over, as maybe sometimes they did, take over the land. They move these Maoris inland, okay? Once they did that, guess what started happening? They started having arthritis. They started not feeling so good. They're getting those aches and pains like everybody else did. So they discovered the big change, right? The common denominator was these New Zealand green-lipped mussels. It is the only, let me get this right here. It is the only source of ETA that you can get, period, okay? And that is what is key responsible. That's in the liprinol, is the ETA. That's where you see that on the bottle of the Adderall. That's what they've got trademarked, okay? And that is what is in the liprinol, which is in the New Zealand green lip mussel, to help with the anti-inflammatory properties. So you can feel pretty secure knowing that this is a proprietary ingredient. That means that you can't get this at Walmart or Target or generic somewhere else, okay? That it's worth the money to spend on good products, because anti-inflammatory NSAIDs, like I'm mentioning, they can disrupt your gut health. We want to avoid disrupting our gut at any cost, any. Your gut is the gateway to all disease, so you really want to protect it. Also, how about the overexertion on your liver? If you're going to have some of those NSAIDs, which are cheap, right? You can get a bottle of ibuprofen, I'm sure, for like $4 or $5. It's cheap because it's masking. So again, back to those root level things. You really want to pitch this. You really want to talk about this, because it makes a huge difference to the people living in pain, to the people popping pills every day, to the people who have horrible gut health. Because if you have bad gut health, chances are you've got some other things going on that you really need to take care of. All right, last thing in there, in the Ease capsules I want to mention, he had said that of growing, maintaining and restoring cartilage, right? So we have a lot of folks who have joint issues, right? Your joints over time get worn down. The cartilage is usually what goes away. And that's where you get that bone-on-bone contact. Does not feel good. I actually had knee surgery in high school, so I get what that feels like. It was not fun, and ibuprofen was my friend. So in this, though, we have those ingredients that help with the maintenance and restoration of cartilage, and that is glucosamine, chondroitin, and hyaluronic acid. That is in here, your daily dose, 1 capsule 2 times a day. You're getting as much as you need for the day, okay? So for those who think, I'm not in pain, I don't really need this product, yes, you do, okay? Inflammation is scary. We want to avoid it. We need to eat to avoid it. We also need to fill the gaps. We fill the gaps with good supplements. This is one of them. I think that's all I got on that. There's
I have
also
a quick question.
enzymes in there. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so you talked about it's a great source of omegas.
Mm-hmm.
So would I, because I take 2 of these capsules at night. Well, first of all, should I split them? Okay. Is it more beneficial to split 1 and 1, or can I, because I always take 2 these capsules at night. And second of all, I also take 2 of my Mega X's at night. Is that, am I like overloading omegas, or is that necessary, or is that good?
No, it's good. And it's fine. It's fine to keep them together or split them. So honestly, whatever's convenient in your day, I would say do that. Generally, I tell people take it as needed. If you want to do 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon or night, it's fine. It's totally fine. Okay. Our products are made to work together. So they will never dose you on something other than we've got accelerator boosts. So mind you there, and edge. You definitely don't want to be taking those 3 together, but those are the energy products, right? Everything else though is made to work together. So feel safe in what you're getting. It's also a different form of it. So it's going to be absorbed differently. It's going to break down differently. If you just have a time of day, usually what I recommend with people is like, if you're taking things together, so a handful of products, I don't mean like the amount of capsules, I mean a handful of products, try to not go over 4 products at one handful. Okay. So if you're taking BioCleanse and then X Factor and then Ease and then blah, 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 you know, you're going to end up with a whole lot of stuff. Your body needs time to metastasize and break down and utilize what you're giving it. So my general rule of thumb when I recommend is no more than 4 different products. So not the capsules, but 4 different products in one handful. Space them out 3 or 4 hours, you know?
Okay. That's great. That is so great. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to move on to the cream. And the cream is amazing. Why? Because it works from the outside where we've got the capsules working from the inside. So together, remember we talked about that synergy. 1 + 1 does not equal 2. It equals 3 or 3.5. So you have a different power here by doubling up, by adding from the inside out. So gosh, who doesn't love hanging this around? I use this for bug bites, burns, sunburn, whatever kind of burn. And my husband loved it on poison ivy. We found out very firsthand. He has a lot of stuff. He actually gets reoccurring poison ivy because we live by a creek and he likes to clean up down there. I don't know how it happens. He gets it all the time. And he's been given prescription stuff. He's been given all sorts of things. Well, guess what works the best? It's this.
Really?
Okay? So any itchy, scratchy, icky stuff, my recourse is this. My other recourse is our body cream because really they both do amazing wonders. Okay, so in this cream, you've got it, again, synergistic. So you've got those capsules working on the inside. That is long-term. We are ripping out the roots. We are really helping with true anti-inflammatories, lowering that inflammation. And then you want some fast relief, right? That's actually why it used to be called fast relief because it works so quick. Right? So if you put it on some bug bites or a burn or whatever it is, you should feel pretty great within a couple minutes, guys. And it's not necessarily about the quantity. So you don't need a big gob of it. It's the quality. So my suggestion for this cream is rubbing it in. Okay. When I had surgery, I want to tell you about these two together. Actually, Nerve comes into the picture too, but I took Ease capsules instead of Vicodin. Okay. I was taking 3 to 4 times a day. So yes, it's a lot. I burned through bottles very quickly, but I planned for it because again, I want to protect gut health. So for people, you know, going into surgery who come out with those really strong, heavy meds, they are horribly tough on your body. And then I use this because I had that hernia surgery. I was really hunched over. And so my stomach was hurting, but my back really started to hurt. So to overcompensate it, I had my husband rubbing that stuff in. Rub it in, y'all. Rub it in real good. So instead of using something like Bengay or BioFreeze, right? Those sound kind of harmless enough. Even my chiropractor used to give me BioFreeze, but it is loaded in chemicals and preservatives and additives that you do not want, period. Okay? So this is an amazing, affordable alternative that's easy to keep around. Keeps great. Just sit it on the counter, use it when you need it, or put it even in the fridge. In the summer, you know, your kids get a little sunburn or something, stick it in the fridge. It's fine. It'll give you that great cooling effect. It's instant, like I mentioned, helps work with the inside out effect. It is loaded with essential oils. These oils are calming and really help with that anti-inflammatory properties from the outside. Some other things in it, they actually added extra antioxidants. So MSM, when you see that on there, MSM like monkey, vitamin A, vitamin E, those are antioxidants. And again, we talked about keeping the skin feeling good. Your skin is your largest organ in your body. Largest. You've got to protect it. You cannot slather yourself with all sorts of chemicals and expect that nothing happens over time. So this is a great alternative for you. They even added a carrier oil. So that sweet almond oil, that actually helps with the penetration through the skin to make sure it's penetrating deeper than just your dermis level, which is just that top level of skin. You don't want that. You want it to sink down deep and actually help soothe the muscles, help soothe what's ailing you. Pain fighting is put in here too. They've got menthol and capsaicin. That's a big deal. You want to fight some of that pain so that it lasts a little bit longer. Another really great way to use this is kids, like those growing pains. Do you ever get those, or they wake up in the middle of the night? You don't need a potassium, and bananas are actually very low in potassium. So don't shove a potassium whatever down them. Just rub this in. I promise it works great for those who have kids that age. Aloe. Who doesn't love aloe? We love it in our X Factor. I love it in this. Aloe is soothing from the inside or out, no matter what you do with it. It is amazing and reduces your healing time. So if you do get a sunburn or something like that, you really should reduce that time that you're going to be raw and in pain. So keep it on there. Again, back with the glucosamine, chondroitin, and hyaluronic acid, which helps with the cartilage, right? Helps with elasticity. So did you ever get a burn or something and it starts to get real tight? This will help so that you're not getting super tight. Bee pollen to help you heal quicker. All sorts of stuff, you guys. This is, I can't say enough really good things about this, and especially paired together, okay? Any questions on that?
So they both have glucosamine chondroitin in there?
They do. They both added it to help shield that elasticity, the cartilage. That's a big deal. When you lose those soft tissues, you're not really growing them back. You can help aid in restoring some of it, but it's not going to be like when you were a kid. You know, it's just not, but it can help. We can definitely support it. Plus eating good foods. If you've heard a lot about it, the collagen that's kind of going around, that's a great thing to supplement. Bone broth is another really great thing to really help with that. So I see a couple of faces there, but there are ways to get it into your diet. It doesn't have to be supplements alone. Like I said, I refer to these as tools. These are pieces of the puzzle. They are not magic. You've got to do other things to help support your healthy lifestyle. All right, now the real kicker, you guys.
I have one question. Sorry, one more question on the lotion.
Yeah.
On the cream. How long does it last, the Ease cream? Like how long would you say it was effective for?
Shelf life? I mean, I think that they say within a month or two, maybe it's a month of opening. I forgot where I'd read that. Honestly, to me, if you can feel it cool, if you can feel it working and tingly, I'd say just use it. It's fine.
Okay.
There's not stuff in it that's going to spoil and make you feel sick.
Right.
I know the body cream has a lot less of a shelf time. And so usually I suggest for people to throw it in the fridge. It lasts a little bit longer because it's a little bit less preserved, you know, like it's not going to have all that same stuff. With all the essential oils and stuff that are in here, I think you're good to go. So
okay,
it should be fine.
You can reapply that like every 2 hours or something.
Oh, as much as you want, quite honestly. And I take the sample packets. I travel with those.
Right.
Those are perfectly fine to travel with. I take those with us on every vacation because you never know if someone steps on a fire ant mound or gets poison ivy. You just never know what it comes in handy. So really, really
that's a
good.
great idea.
And those are great samples, you guys. If you're sending out samples of the pink drink, I always include some of the Ease and the body cream and even sometimes 96. Those are really easy things to send along. And you never know who might be living in pain and not talking about it. You just never know. I had a friend at the bus stop. She was having surgery and I was like, hey, listen, I'd love to give you this product, the cream, and see if you could try it out. And she loved it, like raved about it. And so then I brought in the capsules and brought in Nerve. Right? So now she went from not knowing about it to just being in pain to now all of a sudden has these pain products. And she's like, I went to Florida on a boating trip for 10 days and I felt amazing. She is only a month out from surgery. A month. To me, that's a big deal.
Wow.
That's a big deal. Yeah. So,
For sure.
All right. Our powerhouse, Nerve. This brings it round the bend, y'all. This is something I never thought I would need. I never thought I would try. So when I had surgery, my, I guess the position that they have you in, I ended up with major nerve damage. It pulled something up in my neck. It ran down my bicep, right under my bicep muscle, all the way to the tips of my fingers. I literally could not feel any tingling on my fingers for a while. And then all of a sudden it would come back and it was super tingly. Like, you know, if you sit on your hiney too long and you know, you're just like, oh my gosh, it doesn't feel like, or your foot falls asleep like that. Those pins and needles were extreme and they lasted all day. It was horrible. So then I ended up probably 2 or 3 weeks later, I was just down to 3 fingers with the tingling sensation. It was crazy, but it would not change. It was radiating down everything, down my arm, under my bicep, and I lost my entire bicep. It atrophied. My doctor was kind of freaking out. I'm going to say that. She suggested that I go to occupational therapy, physical therapy, different supplement. I mean, she was kind of losing it there. And I said, well, my product partner has this stuff called Nerve. Do you think I should give it a shot? Of all things, right? You would think I'm more educated on this. I just never looked at it. And she's like, it's worth a shot. Looks good. I'm like, okay. So I ordered me some Nerve. And I'm telling you folks, we have measured from here, from my neck to the tips of my fingers, that is 31 inches, okay? Generally, on a very, very good circumstance, everything is aligned perfectly in your body. You will regain nerve growth 1 inch every month. 1 inch a month. Your nerve tissue is the slowest regenerating tissue in your body. 1 inch a month. Okay, so how long is that from my 31 inches of my arm? Y'all, I had complete no tingling feeling back in 3 months. No joke. Not lying. 100% the truth. True story. 3 months. So from 31 months to 3 months, I saved myself 28 possible months where I could have been living in this weird tingling sensation. No bicep, which as you can tell, it's back. I'm good. I'm back at the gym. Maybe you can't tell.
I can tell. See it.
I am a fit mama. Yeah. I am an Orange Theory junkie for anybody who likes Orange Theory.
Awesome.
So to me, this was a huge, huge game changer. This changed the quality of what I was doing because it changed where I worked out. It changed what I did. Imagine I did not go to the occupational therapy or all of that because when I checked into it, the copays, the extra medication, she really wanted me on ibuprofen and stuff. She wanted me to stick with Vicodin when I was in pain. Look at all those that they add up. I bought myself a couple bottles of Nerve. I took 2 to 3 every 3 to 4 hours. I was strict. I was on it. I went through several bottles, which yes, cost a decent amount, but not like those copays, not like that 28 months that I would have lost. Huge, huge, huge deal for people with nerve damage, neuropathy. Maybe they have a pinched nerve or something like that in their neck. My mother had back surgery, so she's had all sorts of stuff like this. I can't even imagine what this would have done had I've known about it then. But I'm glad that I had it. And I want you to feel confident in sharing this with other people who you know are going through something or just talking about it at all. Just the shock of that much time saved. It's huge. Okay, so Dr. Dennis Harris, again, he's the creator of all these products. He literally said, there is no medicine out there, prescription or not, that actually will heal and regenerate the nerves. What they generally suggest now is that it is an off-label, let me get this right. They use off-label antidepressants and anti-seizure medication to treat nerve growth, to treat neuropathy. But can you imagine what that does to your brain? You're taking an antidepressant to help you regenerate some tingly nerves. What does that do to you? Is that balance? Does that support your health? No. But we like to pacify a lot of things with other things. And so what I'm trying to do as a health coach is stop that domino effect. We have got to go straight for the roots and work backwards. And this to me is one of those things. It's health in a bottle. It is not masking the symptoms. What I will say about this is it will take time. I did not notice my nerves changing until all of a sudden it was pretty much done. Okay, so mine was 3 months for what should have taken 31. I don't know what it will do for you. I don't know how long you need to be on it. What I'm telling you is give it the time. If you can afford to do it, if you can afford to really sink yourself into it and dedicate healing yourself properly, I promise it'll be worth it. It will. Okay. Also, the stuff. Yeah, I guess that's it. Oh, the protein, that was it. The nerve growth factor that's in it. So really what he talks about in the ingredients that they put together in creating this is because he had seen that there wasn't things available on the market to help people at the root level. That was his whole main cause of this. And so this together, all these ingredients together is really what's helping with that nerve growth factor. That is the protein that is needed to create nerve tissue, okay? And that's why this is working. So your body requires that. It requires good balance in the body to actually dedicate energy to doing this, right? If you have inflammation elsewhere, well, guess what? That's pretty dire to your body. Your immune system is like, hold the phone, like we better get to this first, right? So it's not going to dedicate the energy to your nerves. It's going to do other things until you are back in some balance, till your blood sugar is balanced, till your gut health is good. Inflammation has to go down. Okay? So my big thing, you guys, is be okay with where you're at with these products. They are truly helping people feel amazing, restore health at a good gut level, blood sugar level, inflammation. Those are your roots. Pull those roots. Feel confident in sharing these things. And don't wait for your story. You just heard mine with nerve. If you've never taken nerve, now you have a story. And I guarantee there are hundreds and thousands out there that are affected by these things too. So don't be afraid to share them. Don't wait until you have your big weight loss story, your big anything else. It's in talking about the excitement and the hope of what good health can bring to somebody. That's really where you're going to make a big, big difference for them. So share these tools. Okay? Be confident. You never know who's out there that you're going to help. Be that catalyst to change their life. And that's worth it. That's all
I love it. I so love it. So I do have a question about the nerve. Would there be any, like, would there be any other reason besides nerve issues that somebody would take nerve? Like, does it benefit anything else besides besides just nerve issues?
I mean, it has anti-inflammatory properties to it. So there's certainly no arguing that. Would I suggest it to somebody if they're in pain? Probably not. I'm going to go more for the ease products. I'm going to want those together. But if they have any previous surgeries, damage, car accidents, things like that, they don't know if that's nerve damage or not, or maybe they've been told to look into it and they haven't. I mean, that's worth a shot too. So it's just about listening to what they might be doing, but as taking it as a daily thing, I think that there's plenty of other things out there. You don't really need to do this daily. Ease you should take daily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you still take nerve?
Nope, I don't.
No, okay.
So whatever's left is just what's left in there. Yeah. So my hope is that I bump into somebody who needs it. And I'm going to say, you know what? I've got the rest of my bottle. I'd love for you to try it. You may not notice a whole ton, but let me know how it works. You know, it's just really sharing. Yeah.
Right. For sure. Okay. I think we did have I know we had some comments or questions. Terry Jo, can you see those?
I can, yes. Okay, so can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. And so give me a brief, again, if someone doesn't have pain or issues with, hang on, I'm like doubled everywhere. If someone doesn't have pain or issues like that, like why should they take ease? You know, go ahead.
Yeah. So inflammation is huge. When we have inflammation, your body is in imbalance. It is not balanced. It needs to restore. And what I mean by balance is not 50-50, y'all. It's like, if your teeter-totter is up, how do you kind of get it to come down? It's really this constant that we need to be monitoring between our gut health, right? So if our gut is inflamed, we may have colitis, we may have IBS, we may have other things that are happening. We may be constipated. That's inflammation in the gut. Inflammation in the gut can lead to over 200 symptoms. Over 200 symptoms are related to your gut health. Okay? Whether they're good or bad, whether they affect you outwardly or huge or not, you can have things related to your allergies, your skin. You get acne, or if you break out, you have psoriasis, you have all sorts of stuff. Autoimmune conditions can be exacerbated by bad gut health. So that inflammation, lowering inflammation everywhere through the body, which can be done through daily use of anti-inflammatories as well as supportive diet, is really, really beneficial in helping lower your chances of excess symptoms, of disease, of imbalances. So you want to feel your best, you've got to lower your inflammation. You have to lower your chances, your exposure to things. That includes your skin lotions, that includes your deodorants, that includes your water, right? So if you get water out of the tap versus filtered water, that can create inflammation. There's a lot of things that do it. Animal proteins. We all eat too many animal proteins. Not we all, I guess whoever eats meat. But like dairy, right? Animal proteins, they all add to that inflammation. It is inflammatory in the body. So having a component that helps with the anti-inflammatory. So like turmeric, I actually have it as a shaker. Okay. I use it in my smoothies. I use it in all sorts of stuff, but I do pop these every day. I do, because I want to make sure that my body is as low inflammation as possible. There's actually a blood test that you can have done if you go to your routine doctor's appointments and you're getting your blood drawn for the year. You can have them add on something called the CRP. So it's the C-reactive protein, and that measures the amount of inflammation in your body. Okay, so I know mine is undetectable. To me, that's a win, especially coming from inherited high cholesterol, which notoriously creates inflammation. That's big, right? Working on your gut health, that's big. You gotta just put the pieces together. Put more blocks in your favor, and you can have a better health prognosis down the road, because this really is about prevention. Prevention is key. What we do now, right? Just like our business. If we work now, it starts to show in 90 days, right? What we do now food-wise, what you eat today, it's not like all of a sudden it piles on your hips, right? You go on vacation though, and then you have a holiday, and then you have a party, and oh my gosh, now you've all of a sudden been eating really bad for 2 months. How do you feel? It hits you right away. Yeah. So
Love that. I love that.
put the cards in your favor. Put the cards in your favor and do things that support that. Food though, you guys, food should be your first medicine. Food is your medicine. So really try and insert more good, which will help crowd out more bad. It's about awareness.
So Kathy Beauchart, she asked, can we start with a maintenance dose if we have no outstanding issues, or does everyone need to start with the loading?
No, you could just start with the maintenance. If you have no pain, no inflammation, nothing that you're worried about at all, I'd say go ahead and just pop 2 a day. 2 Ease capsules a day. You're getting some good amounts of turmeric, which is that super potent. It's actually a root. It's a spice, but it's a root. So it's in the ginger family. And now that is something that's very potent in the antioxidant, anti-inflammatory category. Huge, huge, huge. Another note, you know what with that? That's what I didn't mention. This has turmeric and the New Zealand green lip mussel. The reason these are important together in one little capsule is because say I use my little shaker of turmeric in my smoothie. If I don't have a form of fat or black pepper has a particular thing in it. Those are carriers for that turmeric. Turmeric will not be absorbed by your body unless you have a carrier. And generally fat is the likely carrier. Omegas are a source of fat. So taking this together, it's already done. If you go and you want to do a little bit different of a method and you want to use your shaker of turmeric, you're going to need to take a spoonful of like coconut oil or something kind of grody. So to me, this is much easier.
Yeah, right. That's
Absolutely.
so interesting.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have any questions about these few products or for Erin in general? If you do, you guys just go ahead and unmute yourself. But don't get off this call because Jenny and I want to share with you something, a little incentive we have if you try one of these products that Erin talked about tonight. So don't get off this call because I promise you want to hear about that, okay? But does anybody have any other questions? You guys can unmute yourself or do the chat if you would prefer.
Hey, I have a question. Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I just started my daughter on the Ease, and she's struggling because of the stinky smell.
Mm-hmm.
So what, can you first of all explain to me what is the benefit of the mussel, of having the mussel in it? And then secondly, I kind of was walking in the house when you mentioned setting it out beforehand, kind of letting it air out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you could
Okay. So first of all, the stinkiness, I get it. I when I first opened the bottle, I gagged, quite honestly.
Yeah, she did too.
This is what I do. I put them in the little cap and I set it out for a couple minutes while I'm getting the rest of my stuff for the evening. So I actually take mine at night with my ProBio and Mega X. I take this at the same time. So I just set it out. I don't know. And then I just pop it. So I've heard of some people putting it in the fridge. I have not. I'm not a huge fan of putting things in the fridge that aren't necessarily meant to. So you can try that. That might help. I used to do that with my omegas, my liquid omegas, because it would cut that fish burpee thing. So you can try that.
Okay. And then how long should she do the loading dose for before she switches to maintenance?
Well, I would say until she feels some daily relief. So she can try a day where she is not doing, or try a couple hours where she's not necessarily loading up on it. See how she feels. If she's like, it's not time, push back on it.
Okay.
So that's what I did. You have to be aware of your body. your body will send you the signals. When it's not feeling good, it's going to be loud and clear. And when it's loud and clear, take care of it. Treat it with your gloves. You
All
know,
right, thank you.
With the New Zealand greenlet mussel that's in here, the benefit of it is those omegas. They're anti-inflammatory, huge, huge, huge for helping with that inflammation overall, period. Also getting those omegas daily, you guys, it's going to help with your sleep, because if you're sleeping deeper, just like our Mega X, if you're getting into that deeper sleep cycle, your body has more time to rest and restore, which is when it's repairing. Okay. If we are wide awake or we're not in a good enough sleep cycle, we're not getting a deep enough level that our bodies are actually repairing enough. So sleep is really key to lowering inflammation, which is key to hormones, which is key to daily energy, which is key to your cravings, which is a whole ball of wax. So, but I would say for her to really watch her diet. If she's having inflammation issues, I would highly, highly consider more plant-based nutrition. She can get proteins from all sorts of different greens. You can look up stuff online very easily, plant-based proteins, beans, legumes, seeds, nuts, those are all options. But really cutting down on those animal proteins is a big deal to helping lower that inflammation in the body overall. So dairy, I know I hate to say it, but it's a no-no, it's bad. So cutting it down. Things that I found over time that helped me, because I was in a lot of pain before. I had back and knee pain that has gone away. Obviously lowering weight helps too. And so that's actually where Slim, like that triplex comes in. I really like that to help with those roots, guys. Lowering that inflammation, keeping stable blood sugar and gut health is truly a lot of those root ball. But the pain and lowering that pain and stuff, I really experimented a lot with my food. And I found that I'm best when I only have one meal that has any animal protein in the day. So that's how I try to eat. I would tell her to experiment. See what you can do, what you can handle. Doesn't have to be a diet, okay? But shoving more good stuff in, plant-based nutrition in, can really help almost immediately, quite honestly. If you get lots of berries, antioxidants, good greens, you're gonna see a lot of big changes. And then especially if you're adding this stuff in with it, it's just filling more of the nutritional gaps, shuffling more of those puzzle pieces around. That's pretty key.
Love it.
I'm
Love
sorry,
it.
y'all, I ramble.
Oh, no, I love it.
No, such good information. It's such good information. It really, really is.
Thank you.
For sure.
This is not an area of my specialty at all, like at all. And so I am thriving off of listening to you talk about it. I mean, and I'm sure it's going to be my area of specialty. You want to talk about business plan or marketing plan? I'm your girl, but I'm not going to talk to you about
there you go. So y'all can school me tomorrow at lunch. And now we don't have to talk. We got it covered.
Awesome.
There we go.
I have something to add about the nerve.
Sure.
I don't remember where I watched this, but nerve is also good for if you have varicose veins or spider veins. The horse chestnut in it is really good for to make your veins strong and healthy, which I suffer from that. So that's on my next order, actually, is the nerve.
Huh.
Excellent. Hey, that's good to know. See, sharing. We would never know. No, I have heard that. Also, what supports that is BioCleanse. Magnesium is a huge, huge supporter in the blood vessel constriction. So if you want some elasticity to those things, or people who have migraines, eye twitches, obviously bowel issues, that magnesium pushing in that too is a really great thing to help support it. It's going to help with the oxygenation too.
Perfect.
That's awesome. Thanks, Christy. I
love
didn't know
it.
about the nerve and spider veins. That's awesome.
Yeah, either did I.
I know.
That's great.
I'm like, maybe I should pop the rest of these, right?
Right?
All right.
Every day. That's awesome. So on the nerve though, too, like if, for example, I'm going, okay, maybe I've got a little spider vein on the back of my leg. Let me try this out for a little bit. Would you just take 2 of those, like once a day, two times a day? I guess that's it. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, there's no need for a loading dose there. But I will say that for when I did the surgery, like when I was actually having that tingling nerve, I did a loading dose of that. So, and then I just stayed on it for months.
And the normal loading dose is 2 capsules 3 times a day. Is that correct? For both knees and nerve?
Yeah, it's 2 to 3 times a day. Yeah. Okay. And it can really be 3 to 4 times a day. You'll notice, it's like if it wears off, it's not like popping ibuprofen. So it's definitely not going to be as long lasting, I'm going to say, but it is efficient. I did take it instead of Vicodin. I did Vicodin for a couple days post-surgery. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to go with it. Like if it works, cool. If it doesn't, I'll go back to Vicodin. What do you do? And so it worked.
Right.
It worked real good. So I ended up probably having 2 to 3. I would say I was probably at like 3 to 4 times a day, closer to when I actually had the surgery. And then you can ease back. You know, you do what works for you. Listening to the body is my number one tip for any products you're taking, any foods you're eating, anything you're drinking, anything you're absorbing in your skin, everything. It's about awareness. We have got to be more conscious in our living instead of just going subconsciously, instead of just going off of our cravings and stuff like that. Really dissect those things, you know?
I love that. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Anybody else have any other questions before we let Erin go on with her night? So
Anybody else have
I
anything?
know she's got 2 littles that she's got to put to bed.
Oh yeah, Daddy put them to bed. They're good.
Yay! Yay, Daddy! Yeah.
Proud supporter of mamas everywhere.
Awesome. I love it.
Anybody
love
else
it.
have anything?
No question?
Chat. I love it. Everybody keeps commenting, Erin. They're like, I'm in awe what I've heard, and I'm in awe. Like, I love the information. Thank you so much.
Oh, good. I'm so
Oh,
glad. And I appreciate being able to share. I love it. And, you know, I have to say, if you guys are curious about the products, even if you don't relate to being a green type, you know, where you're a researcher, it really does not take that long to dig into what they are. You know, don't just believe Dr. Google. I suggest going to some credible sources, find your own, dig through your team pages, dig through YouTube. You know, there's a lot of people there that really are helpful. And be your own advocate. Be your own advocate, because nobody else can really protect you like you can protect yourself. So if a doctor prescribes something, question it. Why? Do I need this? You know, what does it do? My method is always do no harm first. Is there a safer way? Is there something a little bit more natural I can try first? Be your own advocate. These products are amazing tools, but like I said, they're not magic. So you've got to do some other things to change your lifestyle.
That's awesome.
For sure.
Thank you.
Yes, yeah, this has
You're
been
welcome.
so amazing, full of information, and I mean, I was like hanging on every word. I was scrolling notes, you know, jotting notes down. So I loved it. And I know that these products are just not talked about enough, and so I love that you brought all this wonderful knowledge for us. So for us to go and share. So
Jenny, do you want to go ahead and talk about what we discussed today?
okay, yes. So if anybody on this Zoom call orders any 3 of these products by Friday, you will be entered in a drawing for a special prize, okay? So if you're curious, now is the time, because you will be entered into a drawing for a special prize. Only the people that are on this Zoom. The trick is going to be, because we're not going to go and look up every single order, the trick is going to be, you're going to have to comment. You're going to have to comment. We'll post a graphic tomorrow, and you'll have to comment. And by Friday, you know, let's just say Friday night. Sometime Friday night, maybe Saturday, we'll do a drawing for a special prize. So if y'all been thinking about any of these products or all of them, especially after Erin just raved about all 3 of them, then go place your order and comment on it, and we will do a drawing.
And if we forget to do a graphic, y'all, which very likely could happen, send us a message if you order it. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Just make sure you let us know that you've ordered it, so we can put Jenny or we can put you in the drawing. But here's the other thing, y'all. If you get it and you decide it's not for you, as an ambassador, you have 60 days to return the product. You can return 1 of each product during your ambassadorship. So if you get the Ease Cream and you're like, did nothing for me. Okay, 1, you're not going to say that, but let's pretend you do, right? You can return it. You have 60 days as an ambassador to get your money back with that product if you haven't done it before with that particular product. So really try that. We should be trying all of these products. And I am embarrassed to say that it took me 18 months to purchase the Ease capsules and the Nerve capsules. I've tried everything else but the Ease capsules and the Nerve capsules. And I'm like, I need to do this. And so this is my time to do that. So I encourage y'all to not be stupid like me and try them now. Because Erin just gave you great information on why everybody should try them, no matter if you have, pain that you're feeling or not. So get them,
Right.
let us know if you ordered them. And it is just, yes, try one of the three. Somebody asked that question, it popped up. You don't have to order all three. But
yeah, not all the three. Yeah, just one of the three, or two, or whatever. I mean, but just one is fine.
Okay.
Especially with summer coming up and spring and all the mosquitoes, What was that, Meemaw? I didn't hear you.
I
What?
said, name off the products that you want people to order. Which products?
the three that Erin talked about tonight, the
Okay.
Ease cream, the Ease capsules, or the Nerve capsules. Now,
Got
if you want all three of them already, let us know, and that's cool. But we want your input over the next few weeks about how you feel about being on these products, like what it's doing for you. And so what we want to be able to engage with y'all in that conversation and hear from you, your input. We want, information, and we want to be able to share about it on our team page with each other.
I have a question then, because I don't know. I am on the Ease capsules, and I have to say that I don't smell anything bad with it, which kind of makes me go, oh, geez.
Really? Oh my gosh.
So it kind of makes me think my smeller is shot, but hey, who cares?
I took it last night and I didn't smell it. Last night was the first time I took it and I did not smell it. But Erin,
Oh my God.
I grabbed it out. I grabbed all my stuff. I went into my bedroom. I put them on my nightstand and I took them about 5 minutes later.
Oh.
And I didn't smell it at all.
Well, I also have the cream, the Ease cream. I swear by it. And I've only been taking the Ease capsules for about maybe 2 weeks. So I haven't really noticed any big thing. But I have a question for you. I had, and I think I probably would stick with Ease for that. But I had I should have had, I threw a couple of discs out back when I was very young. And they have since calcified so that they're, but they do cause me, if I've sat too long or if I've stood too long, they cause me discomfort. Now, would there be anything with nerve part of that, or is that strictly just mainly Ease?
I think for you, it sounds more like Ease is going to be your better bet. You might need to increase the amount you're taking if it does bother you, or different times a day that bother you, to take extra then. Because it has that glucosamine, the chondroitin, and the hyaluronic acid. Those are the things for that protective, that mushy stuff between your spine.
Right.
Really want to support that. So,
Okay.
And then also, do you take BioCleanse?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So,
and I really,
getting up to 4 a day for that is good.
I love the way that you said to only take 4 things, and I was like, oh, okay, I take 8. So I mean,
what do you take at one time?
In the morning when I get up,
How many are you taking?
I take my blood pressure medication and an aspirin, a baby aspirin, and then I take a BioCleanse and 2 ProBio, and I take an X Factor, Omega X, and I'm terrible, and 2 E's.
I'll talk to you about your routine.
Yes. I was like, oh Lord, we're going to have
apparently I need to spread it out a little bit.
I'll
Spread
talk
it
to you
out.
about your routine, Mom. But how many Ease capsules are you taking a
2
day?
in the morning.
Okay, you need to do 2. We talked about this, Mima. You need to take 2, 3 times a day if you want it to help you.
I just wanted to kind of, since I'm taking so many other things, I just kind of didn't want to, that's my age in there, Terry Jo, that you just don't mix a whole bunch of crap.
Erin, she's a health coach, and she told you to take 2 at least 3 times a day.
Yeah. And I really want you separating your blood pressure medication from the rest. They really need to be a separate time of day. Do you take Slim?
Yes.
Okay. That 100% needs to be far away from your blood pressure medication.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's just
take
about
that and then
3
I
to 4 hours later.
I take all the rest of them about 5 or 10 minutes later when I'm drinking my Slim. So yeah, okay, I'll change that.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
How far
we need a
do they
conference
need to be
call.
separated, Erin?
About 3 to 4 hours. Also with thyroid medication. If anybody's taking thyroid medication, blood pressure medication, I generally suggest 3 to 4. And this isn't actually me. This is pharmacists. I actually have pharmacists on my team. They suggest 3 to 4 hours spacing from those 2 types of medications.
Okay. And just so you know, my blood pressure medication is very minimal. It's the smallest amount you can have. Because I used to have a really high dose and I've gotten it down. And my doctor said, don't change anything. So I wasn't.
Plexus.
I think separating some of your supplements from each other will help increase the efficiency a lot. Like BioCleanse and ProBio should be separated. And yeah, Terry Jo can get you a regimen. That or we can talk about it over lunch tomorrow and I'll give you a regimen for.
Yes. Sounds good to me.
There you go.
Okay. Well, that was, I when you said that, I was like, oh God.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard because it's like we start liking all these products. We're like, what do I take them? And generally I tell people if you can brush your teeth twice a day, you can remember to take these. But we do need some separation for the sake of efficiency, absorption, your body processing it, and then getting really what you want out of it. The point of you buying what you buy, like to buy Ease capsules, is because you want them to work, right? So taking them 2-3 times a day will give you way better results than if you just take 2 once a day. And you're like, I don't know, I don't notice it, right?
Right.
So we want to increase your odds of feeling better.
Right. That's true. I just figure it's because I'm old.
No.
So.
We age in years. We do not have to age in our brain. We do not age. Well, okay, we do age.
My brain tells me I can go out and run a marathon, but I know I can't do that.
Right. Hey, that's a mindset thing. We got lots to work on.
Yeah. I appreciate it. I really enjoyed listening to you tonight.
Of course. My pleasure. And we do age, y'all. I'm not saying we don't age. I'm saying we don't have to age in the way that we give ourselves those excuses. We have been raised to be like, oh, I'm just getting old. That's why I don't feel good. Or that's why I sit down. That's why I'm in my habits and I can't change them. We can do anything. We just have to start changing the mindset that goes around all these things. And that is hard to change. That's a harder change than any of your diet. It's mindset.
Right.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
I loved it, Erin. You're awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
You were awesome, Erin. Thank you. And hopefully, maybe you could come back. Maybe you could come back and visit us. So,
of course.
Again.
I
know it's a big commitment.
No, it's
exactly. Okay, that sounds great. Well, if anybody has any other questions or doesn't have any other questions, we can let y'all go for the night. And a huge thank you, Erin, for being on. You were more than amazing. And we'll see you tomorrow, 11:30, right? 11:30 tomorrow?
Yes.
Awesome.
I'm excited.
Okay. See ya.
Okay.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.